Good evening from Washington, D.C., and thank you to those of you joining us from around the world for news from a Catholic perspective. I'm Lauren Ashburn. New allegations from the White House on possible wiretapping of President Donald Trump during his campaign. Senior White House advisor Kellyanne Conway suggests alleged government surveillance may have gone beyond phone tapping. Her comments come as the House Intelligence Committee asks the administration to provide evidence of the allegation by the end of today. Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby has the latest on the investigation from the White House. Good evening, Wyatt.
Good evening, Lauren. Kellyanne Conway is also calling on Congress to complete their investigation into the alleged wiretapping before they talk about the issue further. But lawmakers say they still don't have the evidence they need. They've given the Department of Justice until the end of the day to provide the proof of the president's claim.
I'm not in the job of having evidence. That's what investigations are for.
Counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, says the White House is pleased with the investigation so far, but the clock is ticking for President Donald Trump to back up his accusations.
For a president to order a domestic wiretap on a political adversary would be obviously an enormous scandal if it were true.
Intelligence surveillance expert Julian Sanchez says there may be something to the president's claims of leaks.
He could raise legitimate questions about whether there are factions within the intelligence community that are illegally leaking information about wiretaps that involve Americans to embarrass him.
Some lawmakers on Capitol Hill, including one outspoken member of Trump's own party, are skeptical evidence exists.
All he has to do is pick up the phone, call the director of the CIA, director of national intelligence, and say, okay, what happened? Because they certainly should know whether the former president of the United States was wiretapping Trump Towers.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer says the administration will wait for the results from the official investigation.
We've made it very clear that we expect the House and the Senate Intelligence Committees to do their job.
Spicer says President Trump was not talking literally or specifically when he accused President Obama of quote-unquote wiretapping his campaign, but he was using the term in a broad sense, meaning surveillance in general. Lauren?
Wyatt, Kellyanne Conway mentioned recent revelations about government surveillance. Can you tell us a little bit more about what she meant by that?
Yes, she was referring to the WikiLeaks release of nearly 8,000 documents that talk about the CIA's tools for breaking into targeted computers, cell phones, even smart TVs. The president, though, we should clarify here, is not claiming that's exactly what happened to him, but his aides are suggesting it's one method that could have been used. Lauren?
Wyatt Goolsby at the White House. Thank you, Wyatt.